Welcome back, everybody. This is the men's pro doubles quarterfinals. Álvaro Beltran, Rodrigo Montoya, Guillermo Ortega, Robbie Collins at the 2023 KWM Government Socal Open Racquetball Championships. For the IRT, I'm Fabio Soto, along with Brian Pineda. Brian, changing of the guard. We got Rocky Carson that played. We haven't seen him in months. Now Álvaro Beltran back after that injury in three-wall ball. I am excited to see him back on the court.
It's great to see him, and we're seeing a lot more of him. He's put on a few pounds, and that's okay. Just the idea that we have him back. This is one of the great legends of the sport. Arguably, he is the one who opened the door for all of Mexico. So we have all these great players of today's game. He is their hero. He is the mantra that goes into Mexican racquetball. It's great to see him back on the court. That's a winner there from Collins.
And I got to tell you right now, Brian, even though I've known these Mexican players for many, many years, I never thought I would see Montoya and Beltran play doubles team. They've been rivals for so many years. You know, right now you can only think what's going through Rodrigo Montoya's mind because, you know, talking to him as a young boy, he said his hero was Álvaro Beltran.
Yeah.
Now he's getting to play doubles with him, much like Eduardo Portillo when he got a chance to play with Rocky Carson and Team Dovetail, which was a dream come true. So we're seeing great stuff right now in racquetball.
You know what, Fabio? People can disagree with me all they want. I've just seen too much racquetball to be wrong. That's my opinion. As good as Javier Mar and Montoya are, the best team I've ever seen in Mexico is Javier Moreno and Álvaro Beltran. By, like, hands down. Their best against Javier and Rodrigo's best. But more will be revealed.
We'll
Give
see.
them 15, 16, 17 years to play, and let's see how they look at the end of it.
Exactly.
It's a nice little start here for Beltran and Montoya.
We're playing the patience game. But being patient against the backhand of Montoya is no easy feat. It's set up for Beltran.
Great cover.
Now Montoya to the right.
Woo!
Wow, what was that, Brian?
It's the half cyborg SWAT. Great to see him back here. That's obviously, he didn't injure his playing arm. It's his offhand that happened out there at the three-wall ball championships in Las Vegas. To see him back on a court is nothing short of a treat.
It really is. Having Rocky Carson and Álvaro Beltran come back again. You know, I got to be honest with you, Ryan. I was kind of hoping.
About time you get honest with me.
I was kind of hoping that we would have a trifecta and Kane.
I was going to say, you better say the name, because if you weren't going to, I was about to right now.
See, we're on the same page, you and I.
Oh, yeah.
So I was waiting for that trifecta to actually happen, but I guess destiny was denied to us.
Right. And you know what? I'm going to become familiar with Mr. Ortega.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about him.
So Ortega is one of the top junior players in Mexico. You know, he's been friends and rivals with the likes of Eric Trujillo, for example. And they play together right now. They're actually rooming together. And he's a promising young kid, but he's a cross trainer because he plays paddle a lot too. And he's really good at that sport as well. He's actually a paddle instructor and back in Tijuana. He lives in Tijuana. And actually, him and Álvaro, they train sometimes together, both in San Diego and in Tijuana. So it's interesting to see him playing against each other in doubles.
Physique-wise, he has the shoulder span that Álvaro Beltran does too. I imagine.
And also the hunger.
And the
And the appetite.
That's not fair. Let the man be. No, but I really can tell, like, he's going to be able to, when he wants to torque on one, he can probably lay down some heat. Be great to see here in doubles.
Well, what I like about Ortega's play is his agility. You know, even though he's a young player, he's very wise, he's very smart on the court, and more than that, he's a great sportsman, a very honest, direct player. You know, if a ball goes down, he'll say it was down. You know, he's a very honest sport. That's why he's very respected in the junior world. And his sister is actually also in the Mexican national team. So you got a little Eric, you know, a little Manilla magic, but in Mexico it's the Ortega magic.
Sure.
Brother and sister.
Sure.
Yeah.
Bring it.
But right now, as it stands, Montoya and Beltran are leading 8-2. Game number one. In another court, we have De La Rosa and Landa. against Sanchez and Natera. That's in the court next to us.
Just small replay there. You know, I was thinking to myself, it seems like we'll be able to keep up with the heat and the pace from Ortega, Montoya, and Beltran. The X factor here is going to be Robbie Collins.
I could not agree with you more with that one, Brian. I totally agree.
But what he brings to the table, it's going to, I mean, it's not anything they haven't seen, but for sure advantage, in my opinion, in doubles, having the righty-lefty combo. It's getting sloppy in there.
It is. Too much close play. Let's see who gets the best of it. A reset there by Ortega. Now Robbie's on the right. Go back to the left. But I gotta ask you, Brian. I mean, like you said before, you've been watching Racquetball for so long not to know what we're talking about. What's the factor here? Because you're going up against probably, and that's, I can argue all throughout this match about it. I think Alvaro Beltran is the greatest double player ever. Doubles. I think he's so good. Highly decorated. World Championships, Central American Championships, Pan American Championships, Mexican national champion. He's basically got it all in accolades in terms of doubles. And Montoya, world champion, Pan Am champion, Mexican national champion. You know, these guys going up against them, I don't want to say it gets to their head, but it's a lot to live up to.
There's no doubt that the experience on the court is going to be Beltran, no doubt. That being said, I think it's a great conversation piece. The truth is there's never going to be who is the greatest of all time kind of thing. There's going to be people who break some records. There are going to be people who are just dominant in their era, but to compare along the way is just one of those fun, nostalgic things that every sport does. But Beltran for sure has the lineage. I mean, he's carried through a lot of eras of great racquetball and is still doing it.
Beltran with a Beltran serve.
Tough.
Skip there by Collins. 9-2. Beltran Montoya. No timeouts taken still. So I want to remind everybody that at 4 p.m. Pacific time, we will have the start of the men's quarterfinals in singles.
Love the heat. Love the use of the body. I'm already a fan of Ortega.
Well, he knows Beltran's game really well, so he has some insight.
It's just the way he's carrying himself on the court. Good demeanor. He's focused. He's ready to play. You'll find out that a lot of guys, when they first get on here, they'd rather look cool than win. And it's just truth I've seen over racquetball throughout the years. So when I see a guy like this come out here, even if it's doubles, we're not talking singles, to see him fit between the ears with only seeing him for about maybe the last, we're going on 10 minutes of this stream here. It's a good indication of where racquetball's at right now as far as the youth.
Of course, Guillermo Ortega, just so you know, Brian, he qualified to represent his home state of Baja, California, in Mexican Junior Olympics, which will be held in Guadalajara from June 1st through the 7th. All day.
My goodness, Fabio.
All day. You see that shot? That's fantastic, right, Brian?
There's a rally going on. I was looking at something completely different.
Oh. Yes, of course, Landa and De La Rosa next to us as well. Fantastic match going on there.
That's good swiping right there from the young man from Baja California. It's a very smart spot, putting it there for Montoya. Once again, him being on the left side, it kind of already dictates what his strong suit is.
But you have to wonder what the strategy is from Beltran and Montoya. Is Montoya going to take up more of the court now?
I think going into it. And Beltran's never been out of shape, even right now. Like, this is really what out of shape Beltran looks like, and he's still not even that much out of shape, right? He's just been rehabbing from his injury.
Well, round is a shape, Brian.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But the idea is, when you're playing with Beltran, especially now in the latter years, in the twilight years of his career, you should be doing most of the court coverage. And his job at this point, too, is to be hitting down-the-line winners, setting up his left-sided player to just be a show-off. Hence why him and Danny have had such success. Really looking forward to seeing Collins find his way in this match. And that's a beautiful reverse pinch there from Beltran to get him back in the box. It's 9-2 in game number 1.
The famous or infamous Beltran lob.
See, he's got the heat that I like to see from the guys coming up.
And Montoya, of course, dominating that left side. Of course, Montoya very experienced, but his usual partner, Javier Mar, I don't know if anybody watching knows, but he's injured right now. He has a bit of a fracture in his right foot. And doctor said that he still is about 2 months away from coming back to play pro racquetball.
Finally, I was just about to critique Collins. His choice in shot has been below par, and that's being nice about it. That's the first shot he sent down the line, and go figure. It helps stick down the wall, but it was the right shot. Therefore, something good will come out of it.
Ortega going downstairs. As it stands, though, Beltran and Montoya have a comfortable lead.
You know what's nice about being here, Fabio?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about me here, my favorite subject, just for a second, is I get to scout who I like to play doubles with as I come into this event. Mark my words, Fabio, a year from now I will be back playing this event.
How about Huntington Beach War Nationals this year?
We'll see. We'll see. The truth is I've been working with an unnamed source, we'll say right now, as far as getting my fitness back in check. I think I'm in the era of just getting back in shape. The next era will be playing ball again. I miss it.
Oh, Brian, again, round is a shape too.
That's it. And the truth is I play a lot like Beltran. I got to find a quick partner, hence why Charlie and I had success. We won 3 doubles titles together. And no doubt I stood in one place, and Charlie did the retrieving.
Well,
And the killing. I don't really know if I did anything besides keep score.
To be honest, I just think that, Charlie's being so selfish, being a father and raising a kid than playing racquetball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout out to Charlie.
He's watching.
And his newborn son, Carlitos. I remember when I met him, when I met his young boy, I met him in Portland at the Pro Stop last year, and he said, "Hey, Fabio, this is my son, Carlitos. Such a cute kid, man. Such a cute kid." Shout out to, not only to him and his kid, also Ceci.
We love Ceci.
Ceci's
Salita.
nice.
And we're back to the action here. This is 4 serving 11 on a mini run here off the schneid of 1.
But still a comfortable lead for Beltran and Montoya. Collins.
And it's just, you know what it is really, as I'm just seeing, his footwork is not where it needs to be. And it's not like I want to sit here and make Collins my pinata, but he's given me a lot to work with as far as critiques. But also, too, that just kind of tells you I've watched him over the years. I know the work he's put in. He is one of the hardest working guys as far as trying to hone in on his game.
Between the legs, Beltran, one of his signature shots. Brian, to no surprise, he made that shot. The crowd just loves it.
You know what? He is like a Mexican standalone mafia.
Well, I call him the Sorcerer Supreme.
He is. He's all these things.
Little sloppy rally right there.
Yeah, I'm not too stoked about him going up top.
Not really, no. Good coverage there by Collins. That is a communication error. You know, does middle solve the riddle, Brian?
In a lefty-righty, absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Even Beltran gives the tap to his temple, letting him know how smart he is. You know, when you're talking about some of the best doubles teams I've ever seen, another lefty-righty combo came to mind, and this one will throw you through a loop. Obviously, we know about the greats like a Jason Menino and a Cliff Swain, but I know one that I grew up in watching, which was fun, which was Mitch Williams and Jason Thorner.
Exactly. That exactly what I was going to say. Mitch Williams, such a powerful left-handed hitter.
Even Mitch Williams and Ben Croft. I mean, they crushed it in college. It wasn't even a competition, but that was probably one of my favorite teams that could have been.
Behind the back again, Beltran.
Great power down the line. And I was thinking as he goes behind the back, when Beltran's doing that kind of stuff, even with the kill between his legs, that is the danger zone. That means he's getting very comfortable. You need to do something different.
Collins with the serve. Wow, Montoya just has sometimes a finesse to his game.
And that's a bread and butter for Alvaro, no less a gift really to be skipping that shot.
That's down two bounces there. Montoya and Beltran back to the serve. 2 points away from closing game 1. Well, when you hear that classic from Beltran that we were missing, you know something didn't go his way. But just the handout.
I mean, he's in primetime real estate, which is right there between the dotted line and the service. Every ball, should you get a set up there, should be down.
14 serving 5. Game point number 1. Montoya to the serve.
It's good heat.
Setup for Montoya. And there you have it, game number 1. Great way to close that one. 15-5, Montoya and Beltran. We'll take a 2-minute break. Players will too, and we'll be back on IRT Live.
Looks like you've been sleeping well.
Megan, he's back. The My Pillow guy.
And you're looking good.
Still feeling good.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we've got the best pillow ever, My Pillow 2.0. When I invented My Pillow, it had everything you'd ever want in a pillow. Well, now there's new technology that makes it even better. My Pillow 2.0 has my patented fill combined with a cooling fabric with temperature regulating thread. My Pillow 2.0 is truly the next generation of My Pillow.
The best sleep just got even better. Whether you have a MyPillow or not, you need to get the brand new MyPillow 2.0. Call or go to mypillow.com now. Use your promo code, and for a limited time when you buy one, you'll get a second one absolutely free.
You're sleeping even better.
And cooler, too.
And you're looking good.
Feeling good.
I knew you would.
Visit mypillow.com.
John Story joined the U.S. military, was killed in an inside attack on the 12th of February 2014. The biggest thing we want to do to help our local Gold Star families and our veterans, that we bring awareness to their opportunities to be served, to be taken care of, to bring to light ever-increasing need for our veterans specifically, to have housing, to have good benefits, to be taken care of. Go to livelikejohn.us. Go to the Donate Now button and help us fulfill our mission.
My name is Jake Brenbeck, and I play with Gearbox. I personally love a solid frame. I've always loved how Gearbox has felt, and there's no better frame on the market. My mindset in racquetball and in life, because I think sports and life just coincide, they're great representations of each other, is you have to work hard, understand that there are going to be setbacks stopping you, and they're what I want.
Welcome back, everybody. For those just joining us, game number 2 underway. Beltran, Montoya, Ortega, Collins. Brian, I got to ask you, what needs to happen right now? What magic or what rabbit out of the hat from Collins and Ortega to take this one to tiebreak?
You know what, Fabio? The truth is this, man. It's just they're heavily outweighed in this match. You know what I mean? This is going to be the one quarterfinal that is a carry away unless some kind of unfortunate injury were to happen, or they scream some obscenity that gets them disqualified. But at the end of the day, as long as they have a racket in their hand, it's just as the first score indicated, 15-5 is just how quickly this matchup should go. And what's amazing about that is if you're in the sport, you'd understand this. But just to the outside audience that maybe doesn't play racquetball or they're spectating for the first time, these are professionals, you know what I mean? Like, to be able to do this to another professional team, it just shows the quality of Beltran and Montoya.
I got to tell you, though, I'm a little surprised that they're not playing more with Beltran. They're still throwing balls Rodrigo's way. And is that just respect for Beltran? Is that just...
No, this is textbook, came in without a game plan. You know, they're not really observing. They're not even cohesive as a team, and I say that respectfully. That's just answering the question as it is. I keep it real, Fabio. That's exactly what this is, and it's a good experience for both guys to have. So at the end of the day, I mean, you're going to learn the most from failure, and this was, as of right now, this is just a failed attempt. What I am loving, though, is Ortega. He's got a wind-up a lot like Jose Rojas did.
Ooh, okay.
It's up, the elbow is up high. He's got the wide base in the shoulders, and he just puts everything into it. On the forehand side, at least.
Shout out to Rojas. No, we haven't heard from him in a while, but we're a great professional racquetball player.
I'm going to get him to come out of retirement. I was talking with him just a couple weeks ago.
Great guy, great person. I remember we went to an outdoor tournament in Cancun years ago. Just had a fun time over there, to be honest. This is great. And he gave me one of probably in the IRT one of the greatest matches I've ever seen. Rojas, when he defeated Kane.
Yeah.
Clean. A clean defeat. It was a fantastic match. One of the best I've ever seen.
Right. And the first time that I experienced it was actually on this court that you're watching right now on your screen. It was actually Alvaro Beltran who beat him in 5 here. It was a Friday or Saturday night semifinal. It's just a real treat to watch because Kane is just he's the standard. He's the standard. I mean, if you beat him in a tournament, that's the rite of passage in your own right to have to beat in the game. Because to me, that's what Kane is. He's the game. The closest thing to it. That's good to see Collins get a winner there in the front court. A lot of pressure when you have hands like Beltran and Montoya waiting in the wings. He hasn't really put a whole lot down. In my opinion, he's kind of been using too much upper body. I like to see him use more of his legs. That's a better use of his legs right there, and that's why you get that pop on the sound of the ball.
Like a slow start for Montoya and Beltran right now.
It is, and when you run away with it and you know you're dominating, this is actually something that Rocky does really well against his opponents too. They have the ability to lull. And the truth is Montoya and Beltran, and you see it more out of the crafty players, are more susceptible to being lulled. Yeah. Ortega for sure has the power to be playing pro ball. I'd like to see him more often.
Well, you're going to see him every now and then the pro tour. There's some pro stops that benefit, the logistics. And Ortega, fortunately, living in Tijuana, like Beltran or such as myself, we got just either or San Diego International Airport, Tijuana International Airport. So there's just so many ways to get there.
That feels good.
Wow. Again, Beltran behind the back.
That felt real good.
Yeah,
it felt good. I kind of tingled all over.
Did you feel like a little, something
everywhere?
Special? Yeah.
Everywhere.
Okay.
I don't want to say specifically where, but we'll just say everywhere.
Is this the breaking point? 2 points in a row for Beltran and Montoya. Beltran
same guy.
That corner.
Same guy. If you're just joining us, welcome. You're watching the Socal Championships here in Southern California, Canoga Park. Brought to you by KMW Gutterman. All the sponsors you see there on your screen. We want to say thank you to everyone watching. I'm Brian Pineda, joined here with Fabio Soto. This is game number 2. Robbie Collins to serve. The score is 5-2. Second serve here. Some good pace on the ball, just can't quite get it over the line. Goes for a Z. Yes, there it is. Third time's a charm. Last 2 have been skips. Yeah, you got to call it. That's the right call.
Like it or not, Montoya, it is the right call. Set up for Montoya. go. Kill shot. Beltran, ball down.
Yeah.
2 serving 6. It seems that Beltran is back in the rhythm of things.
And Robbie really torqued on that one from the upper body.
I don't want to get ahead of myself, Brian, because it's too early. It's just fantastic Friday. But just imagine if things would go to seed. Well, not depending, but wouldn't you love to see a Beltran Montoya De La Rosa Landa final?
Would I?
Would you?
So I like all the guys. They all know this. I love them all and everything. But I am going for either a Kadim Carrasco or a Bredenbeck in the final. I want one of those two teams to win.
Awesome.
I'm playing favorites. I just like the way those pairings play.
I think the Bredenbecks really offer a great deal of talent, and I just think that they are going to get better with age.
They're
Really.
fun to watch, too. As
they
an
are.
American, they're fun to watch because that's the American team right there. No one else is really gelling together. I mean, you could arguably say that, watching Landa and Sudsy play together, but I'm talking about a true, and if I'm out of pocket here, forgive me, but a true American-born team.
Serving 2. I think Montoya and Beltran have to regroup a little bit here to get back in this. I mean, they're still in it, but 6-point lead.
And this just isn't a time for Collins or Ortega to be making a mistake whatsoever, because they have lulled Beltran and Montoya. They've racked together a couple good shots, not all of them, but a couple good shots. They've been consistent, tightened up on the airs, and are just kind of, you've just seen the level of play with Beltran and Montoya go down.
How about that magic from the Sorcerer Supreme to put that ball away? Regaining the serve.
And that's what I'm saying. That kind of a simple mistake you can't have. And we've seen from that serve that looks so easy on your screen. Too many times to the well from Robbie there going to that corner.
Wow. That was a between the legs shot by Ortega, but Montoya, right place, right time. That just shows you, Montoya doesn't get enough credit for his defensive capabilities. And right then and there, that's just experience.
It's an unfortunate shot that, Montoya finds him. He's in the right position, to your point, but there's no reason to be going between the legs there. You have him so far in the front. It's just about playing smart doubles. He needs to blast it. There you go.
That's smart doubles play right there by Ortega. 4 serving 8. 2-point run right now from Montoya and Beltran.
There you go, Collins. That's been the first intentional power shot. And a second serve here for Collins. And it's smart play right there from Collins. I got to tell you right now, the one who's carrying the team, and we talked about this, Fabio, the X factor is going to be Collins of this foursome here. And right now, who's kind of carrying the team is Collins in the last, I'd say, maybe 4 to 5 minutes. Just he's hit a few more winners, tightened up on the airs, making smart plays like that where it's an out-of-control rally just to reset, get another look at a first serve. And there you go. Another winner just like that. We have 9 serving 4. This is game number 2 for just joining us. We are encroaching the 36th minute of this match. So still very much in the beginning part of this game. And in all the adjacent courts, we have all 4 quarterfinals of the doubles going on right now. On your screen, we have the return of Alvaro Beltran here on the right side in the back corner in the white hat, playing with his established partner, one of the more dominant players on the tour in singles, Ortega Montoya. No stranger to doubles with his partner Javier Mar, who's sat this one out due to injury. Finishes that nicely. They're taking on one of the lower top 8 seeds here in the new pairing of Collins and Ortega. And we have a timeout.
Yeah, timeout taken by Alvaro Beltran and Montoya. They'll take a minute, and we will too. We'll be back on IRT Live.
I played a lot of matches when I was playing the WRT with the gearbox ball. It's a different ball than the other ones. I think it's better for the game. It's durable. I think for fans it's going to be more enjoyable. The rallies are going to be a little longer. So it's going to be fun. My name is Andre Parrilla and I play with Gearbox. I love about Gearbox that everyone's part of the family and they have the best equipment in a great sport. Dedication makes any sport that young athletes are playing, if you really like it, and as I said, if you put the dedication and the passion, I told you guys.
Welcome back, everybody, after a timeout from Beltran and Montoya. Brian, what about that timeout? Wise of them? I think, they're still down by 5, but was that a wise timeout?
It is, because, you've got, if you're playing with a winning mentality, you realize you're in a lull. It's an obvious thing. Helen Keller in the backboard, you can see they've been lulled in this match. They're up 1-0. It's still very much manageable with being down 5 points. It's 4-9, and it's worked in their favor. They're back in the box. So it's the right thing just to reset the mentality, just to get quick awareness. Okay, let's not have to do a third game if we don't have to. And just like that, though, they give it back. We have Collins and Ortega back in the service box. First server serving here. It's a good serve.
I want to give you a quick update right now. De La Rosa and Landa winning 2 straight versus Natera and Sanchez, so they advance to the semifinals. That is tomorrow, though.
We got a replay there on the serve.
So right now we see Conrado Moscoso walking out on a timeout there. Him and Kadim Carrasco battling the Bredenbecks.
I mean, that itself could be a final, not quarterfinal match.
That
if
is,
you look at it,
yeah.
it's just that's a workout in the first round.
That is a workout right there.
So tough. And played through the ball there. 10 serving 4. And Robbie's got to be tracking the ball a little bit better. Yes, it's a good shot. Is it down? No. Knowing where Montoya is typically going to go as he's moving around with the ball. Just a touch out of place. We're able to score a point on that run. And Montoya gets one of his own here. We're at 5 serving 10.
That was a good ball down there from Montoya.
And that's 2 quick points here, Fabio.
Exactly. 2 quick points right there. Beltran with his signature serve.
I love the gamesmanship. Very Cliff Swain-esque. gets in position, shimmies himself in a place where, I want you to see me, Rodrigo, before you shoot this. He leaves it up and then has the tenacity to put it down like a professional player would. Set up here. Great coverage. And it's doing too much there.
It seems that Ortega wanted to go for the fantasy shot, but didn't work out.
And that's what's typical of the younger players. I'd rather look good than play good.
Did you just quote White Man Can Jump? Back from
Did I?
From the 90s? Yeah.
Well, shoot, I feel even better about myself then. I felt better. Actually, that's a lie. I felt better when I thought I made that up. I was being real in the moment, but now someone else said it. It's cheap.
Woody Harrelson, Wesley Snipes back in the day.
And what's her name? Gloria?
Rosie Perez.
Rosie Perez, that's the one. So good.
Beltran just, that magic that he works from the back of the court is just amazing. As you can see now, turn of events. Now they're done only by one.
And that happened within a couple minutes.
How fast was that? So timeout taken by Collins and Ortega. They'll take a timeout. We will too. We'll be back after a minute on IRT Live.
Looks like you've been sleeping well.
Megan, he's back. The My Pillow guy.
And you're looking good.
Still feeling good.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we've got the best pillow ever, My Pillow 2.0. When I invented My Pillow, it had everything you'd ever want in a pillow. Well,
Good.
I knew you would.
Visit mypillow.com.
Welcome back, everybody. We resume play. No timeouts left, Brian. This is it. We're at the mercy of the referee and the conditions as Beltran and Montoya just come back and really, in just a couple minutes, score 8 points.
Yeah, we're locked in 10-10.
Too much heat there from Ortega to Montoya.
It is, and it's a flat-footed shot, you know what I mean? Like to build yourself back up at 10 and then to hit such a lackadaisical shot. And not only is it just a half out, it's a side out. The team you just sucked air out of, you're kind of blowing it back into him.
Beltran with some heat of his own.
Mm-hmm. Love the serve.
Just a replay.
Unhitch the trailer there, Beltran.
Some heat there from Montoya to the referee.
Tough. That's good focus between the ears, and this is what's beautiful about doubles, Fabio, is that it's definitely about a balance. There's going to be times where if we were playing together where I come on hot and then there's a lull and then all of a sudden the other player can take over, and you've seen the shift now. Collins, who's holding him strong. Now you're seeing Ortega getting really sharp between the ears here, making all the right choices.
3 points in a row for Ortega and Collins.
Right.
2 points away from taking game 2.
It's a great second serve opportunity. Yep.
$14 serving 10. Game point number 1 for Collins and Ortega. Are they going to take this one to the distance?
Love the change of serve. Love the change of serve. Didn't see the vision all the way to know what he was going to do after he got a plum setup in the front court. Smart. And that's all upper body, no legs, and that left room for error on the skip. 11 serving 14 game is win by 1. Games played to 15.
Too much heat there. 2 points in a row for Beltran and Montoya.
Right, and I don't like that Collins gives up position there by going cross court, because if you do miss it like you did there, you're left for lunch.
Make that 3. It seems that Montoya and Beltran are now going into 5th gear.
And here we go. It's a 1-point game, 13 serving 14. And here we go. First match point on a good wide angle pass. Dies on the back wall. We have 14 serving 14. Beltran's first match back.
There you go, Robbie not just laying that one away.
And that should have been put down from Montoya. Left it up and Robbie sniffed it out. Very tough mentally.
Second serve goes to Montoya right now. They still have a chance. This is match point number 2. Can Montoya bring the heat? Is it a bad idea for Montoya to drive serve right now, Brian?
I don't see needing it because he's not, you know what I mean? I was going to say he's not getting good returns anyways, and that was about as bad as it gets.
That's the match right there with straight games, 15-5, 15-14. And you know what? They brought the heat, though, in game number 2. I got to admit that.
Yeah. No, definitely a good game plan. Like I said, it helped with all things aligning with the lull, tightening up on errors, executing on a few shots, having a good balance with the team. But just they tightened the screws a little tight there for the Young Bucks to make a comeback. Great second game, but went as designed, as it probably should go.
Thank you, everybody, for watching and tuning in. Remember, at 4 p.m., we will be back with the IRT with the men's pro singles. We're excited about that one because that is the quarterfinals for tonight and a fantastic Friday. We will begin with Jake Bredenbeck versus Jaime Martel. After that, Adam Manilla versus De La Rosa. And at 6, Moscoso versus Natera. And finally, Rodrigo Montoya versus Andre Parrilla for the RTA and Fabio Soto, along with Brian Pineda, the Brian Pineda. Brian, thank you for joining us today, and we'll see everybody again, right?
That's it. We'll be back in about 2 hours and 10 minutes, you guys.
On IRT Live.